Hey guys, Mordy and Glory here with another Warhammer 40k Imperial Guard video. Today we're going to be doing something a bit different. We're going to be doing a real life logistics video. So I know a lot of you have been asking me about how do I store my men, what sort of carry case do I use, and I did a logistics video on how I deal with logistics of pure infantry guard at a tournament. And I thought, well, as you guys have been asking me for more sort of real life logistics videos, because I know guard are quite a large army and it can be quite tricky transporting them around, I thought it would be a good idea to do one. So this is what I use at home. I have these trays. You can buy these if you're in the UK. You can buy each one of these. They come in a stack of 3 for £10 to £12. If you get it from Wilco, I think they're £10. So I bought 4 of them. And then you can get these smaller stacker trays which have more trays, more smaller trays, and they're again between sort of £8 to £10. So I think I spent about 50 quid on storage just in one go, because I was so sick and tired of my models getting broken, because I'd keep them in like my Warhammer case, but that could only fit so many in. So I had stacks upon stacks of cardboard boxes, and not enough padding. My models were getting broken, and my models were getting chipped. I was losing track of models. When I wanted to put an army together for a basement battle, I'd have to search all these boxes, get all the models out, put them all back in, because one model that I need might be at the very bottom of one of these boxes, and that was just wasn't working. And then also, obviously, the girlfriend, living with her, she didn't want boxes and boxes everywhere. So to protect my models and to keep her happy, I invested some money into these stacker boxes here, stacker trays, as I've called them. So to go through see what's in each one. So they're quite roomy, as you can see. So in here I have an entire Arbeits army. I've got 3 speeders, 2 Taurox primes, a load of bikes, loads of infantry. So you can see they're quite roomy. So my Arbeits are stored in that one. Obviously you can see the Taurox primes. I need a couple more for my Scion army, and they need to be painted up. Scion's coming soon, guys. Scion's coming soon. Yeah, now that's that army there. And then down here we've got Imperial Guard heavy weapons. So these are all just mixed in: heavy bolters, auto cannons, las cannons. They're quite easy to pick out, so there's no stuff, there's no sort of official system with like all the auto cannons in one place and all the las cannons in the other. It's just, oh look, I need an auto cannon, there it is. Oh look, I need heavy bolter, there it is. So there you go. Got another tray of those down here. In terms of how many heavy weapons I have, I'm sure that'll be a question. I actually don't have enough bases for my heavy weapons. As you can see, there's a ton of just las cannons and auto cannons at the back there, and that entire corner is just filled with mortars. There's at least 12 mortars there. So I don't know. I know I've got 12 las cannons, about 12 mortars, about 12 heavy bolters, about 12 auto cannons. I've basically got 12, 12, 12, 12. And then about 6 missile launchers, 7 missile launchers. So, I've got over, I don't know exactly, that's an estimation, but I've got over 50 heavy weapons teams. Nice big selection, so I don't need to worry about that anymore. And there you go. Over here, before we move any further down, this is special weapons. So all these are special weapons: snipers, grenade launchers, melter guns, plasma guns, flamers, flags, medics, just all specialists here. These are all my advisors, officers, priests, astropaths, premier psychers, tech priests, commissars, you name it, I've got it. That's just in there. That's obviously, again, they're not in any sort of system, because again it's pretty easy. Oh look, there's a grenade launcher, there's a melter, they're all in one place. There. Coming down here, mixed armoured section. So I've got my artillery, basilisks. This is one of the reasons why I needed to properly store these guys, because you can see the bows have snapped off. So I've got sawn off basilisks now. Good for city fighting. But they also can now double as wyverns, so that's a happy accident. But ideally I'd like proper looking basilisks. A couple of Lehman Russes here that need painting up. I haven't glued these turrets in, so there you go. That means I can put extra demolisher cannons or executioners. A couple of hellhounds here. Hydra. I've actually got this Hydra is actually an old style metal Griffin mortar carrier. The Griffin bit is just in the other room actually at the moment. I'm just repainting it. This is my light armoured section. So 6 chimeras, mixture. I mean, I've only got one turret heavy bolter because I'm quite a big fan of the multi-laser. With that strength 6 really helps glance vehicles to death. And I've got a mixture of hull heavy bolters and hull heavy flamers. I think I've got 1, 2, 3 hull heavy flamers and 1, 2, 3 hull heavy bolters. 2 more hellhounds. So my light armor division in this army is 10 vehicles, 6 chimeras and 4 hellhounds. Obviously the new hellhound turrets can pretty much be used for anyone you want, you know, bane wolves, hellhounds, chem cannons, whatever you want. Down here, heavy armor detachment. So we've got 7 more Leman Russes. I've got another one that needs building. I haven't decided what that other one's going to be, but unfortunately, these turrets can't change. Just a little life tip for you guys: you can buy 2 kinds of Leman Russ turret. No, that's not very well painted on the bottom, is it? 2 kinds of Leman Russ. Obviously, you've got the Siege variant and you've got the regular variant, which you can buy from Games Workshop. The regular variant, it's a lot harder to get these turrets to. You're going to have to do some cutting and gluing so that they become modular, so you can pull out one type of turret and put another one in. So just be aware of that, guys. Oh, the way around. There you go. Obviously, I haven't glued any of my sponsons in, you know. There you go, because you never know. Sponsons come and go, so if I don't want any sponsons, I can take those off. If I do, you know, plasma may get buffed, melter may get buffed, so don't glue your sponsons in. I'd always say put them on the tank, and then if you don't want the weapon, you just pull them out and just have a bunch of sponsons with no weapons in. It could look a bit goofy, but it's more versatile than not having the sponsons on. Unless you're taking an ordnance variant, one of these old style ordnance variants, of course. If you know you're building ordnance, then maybe. In here, super heavy armor detachment. Got a Hellhammer and a Baneblade. Both same loadouts. Las cannon and heavy bolter. Sponsons, 1 on each. Demolisher cannon on the hull. Heavy bolters here, and then obviously the turret with the coaxial autocannon. Got 2 of those. Nice. Down here is sort of the bits, sort of the tray of the damned. Went through a phase of thinking I could put Mordians in movement trays, but it just meant that millions of people were dying, so it wasn't very good. And obviously, sort of got these Bulgrins that I need to decide what I want to do with. I've got 6 of them. Shouldn't really be throwing them around, but they're quite tough, these models. Got 6 of them there. Moving on. Oh, you're probably wondering what's down here. Flyers. So 2 Valkyries and 2 Storm Talons, and you can see in here, like, you know, plenty of room for flying bases. I've got another flying base that needs to go in there, actually. There we go. The flying base. So these are a little bit all stacked together, but you can see how big these trays are, guys. You know, you can fit fully assembled Valkyries in there. Also, I've taken the wings off this one. Down here, the Stench of Chaos. This is my 2nd army, my my 3rd army. A couple of Bloodthirsters, Demon Prince, Scratch Built, Pred, legit Pred, very old style Pred, Skull Cannon. Got that in a fucking random eBay purchase. So yeah, I got 2 old style Bloodthirsters and a Skull Cannon for 30 quid off eBay, which is good. Khan's Pimp Wagon for Khan the Berserker in there. And then down here, more Chaos. Just that whole big angry mob of red, and then I'm in the process of painting up. Chaos is a really ongoing project here, but lots and lots of Berserkers. There you go. You probably guys haven't seen my Chaos army. It's just Khorne Marine there. Come on, camera, focus. Nah, it doesn't want to focus. Oh, well. You guys get the idea, though. A whole just tray of Chaos Infantry there. Loads of Bolters, Berserkers. I've got 40 Khorne Berserkers. Because I went through a phase, when Khorne Demon came out, I went through a phase and then found out that Khan the Betrayer wasn't in the Khorne Demonkin book and got sad. But I still use them. In fact, a lot of people I like using them quite a lot. They're a bit of a change from Guard. And then over here, this is just all infantry. All riflemen, basically. So, tray number 1 down here. These are my conscripts. Lots and lots of Cadians. Tray number 2, Steel Legion and old style Stormtroopers. Just riflemen there. Mordian Iron Guard, full tray of riflemen. Mordian Iron Guard, another full tray of riflemen. And obviously sergeants there as well now. And then up here some more conscripts. So got a bit more storage room. Each one of these trays could fit in a hell of a lot. I mean, I'd say there's about 100, easily 100 modern riflemen there, easily. If we take the, will that come out? Yeah, there you go. Take the full tray out. Easily 100 riflemen in there. And you can see they're very, even these small ones are very roomy. And one thing I want to show off for you guys is that if you get a small vehicle like a Taurox, and doing this one-handed obviously, but they're deeper than you think. Taurox is quite a tall model, still fits in there. But then people were like, what do I use for my boxes? So that's what I use to store at home. This is what I use to carry my men around. So I have 2 armor cases. This one's not mine, this is just a mate's bolt action that he's left behind. But I have 2 armor cases. If I'm doing a small sort of 1,000 point game, I'll use this one. Anything above 750 to 1,000 points, I use this one. So I've got loads of foam. I've got these 2 each of these thin foam things for padding. I've got 3 trays of old style, old fashioned red foam from GW. 3 trays of the new, well, it's not, this is technically old style as well, foam from GW. What I've done is, you may have noticed, I have pulled out some sections here. That's so I can fit in heavy weapons teams, but also each one of these trays only has 9 slots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you want to put 10 riflemen in there, you need to get cozy in there, or you stack them on top of each other there, which obviously causes chipping. So I prefer to do that. So heavy weapons, so you can see, fit a whole platoon of heavy weapons in this tray, and underneath more heavy weapons, and riflemen can snug along. So each one of these trays can, when I'm playing a tournament, each one of these trays has a platoon in. So you'll have heavy weapon for each squad there, riflemen and special weapons in the single slots, 3 or 4 platoons, shove loads of conscripts in here. So each one of these trays can fit 40 men. I've got 6 trays, so 240 infantry. And that's normally what I take to a tournament. So there you go. I've also got this little one as well. Very old style Games Workshop one. This was the first ones they made. And this is where I've got my vehicle foam. I've got all this foam second hand, guys. So some of it's a bit torn out than others. So this isn't great, but I can put in some vehicles there. Vehicle can slot in there, and then sort of 5 or 6 vehicles, sort of 1, 2, 3, 1, and sort of another one in there. So I can fit about 6 vehicles in here in total, unless I really want to stack them in which case I can get about 7 or 8. There you go, and that's all my foam basically. I've got some really shit foam over here actually. I've just pulled this out. This is the perils of buying second-hand foam. I really can't really use that for very much at all. but there you go. So I've got plenty of foam. So that should cover everything. That's all my models. That's how I store them at home in these boxes, and then I take what I want out, put them in to my case here, and then I take, when I'm finished with them, I put them back. That's as simple as it gets. If I'm taking a mixed force, very quickly, what I will do is I will take one tray like that, put a foam thing over it like that. If I'm taking tanks, is what I mean by a mixed force. And then open up this one, put this in there, and then put this foam on top. And so I can take 160 infantry that way, because I'll have 4 trays of 40, 160 infantry, and enough for 5 or 6 vehicles if I'm going combined arms. So there you go. There you go, folks. That is my home real life logistics. So I hope you guys have found that useful and informative. I hope it's answered all your sort of logistics based questions. And honestly, just signing off, I cannot say enough what a good investment having good foam and good storage is. It's alright when you've got a fairly small army. It's alright to keep it in your army case, but the moment you start breaking into sort of 10 vehicles, sort of 200 infantry, like that was what did it for me. You've just got to invest in that storage, guys, because otherwise your models are going to break, and you're going to have difficulty transporting them, and they're going to take up too much room. So that's my advice for you guys: is invest in a good case, invest in a good storage system, take your time, do your research, and you won't be disappointed. So I hope this has been useful and informative, and I will see you guys next time.